Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. All right, it is time to do a mani, and I'm just showing you here that I've already gone in with my base coat from Born Pretty, and I'm going to use this gold color. This one is one of those really cool ones. It's a reflective, glow-in-the-dark, and magnetic also. It's like all the things in one. It's super cool. I don't do any of that for you to show you. I just used it straight across as this gold color that it is. So we are doing a mani for our first home game, finally. So strap in, guys. It's story time. Okay. So Friday morning, I wasn't expecting to work at all. I got up like normal, and I'm just like, slowly sitting around, just kind of waking up, drinking my coffee, and I get a text, and I look at it, and it is from my youngest's teacher, and she's like, I woke up this morning not feeling well. Are you available? And I was like, shit. Because, yeah, I'm available, I would love to work, but I'm not ready. So I was like, oh my gosh, I have to shower right this minute. So at that point, I had to start rushing around. I had to wake up the older two boys a little bit early, and I'm like, hey, I'm going to work this morning. You need to help out and help your youngest get his breakfast ready. So the boys ended up helping out and all that. So anyways, fast forward to I'm at school. And was it recess? I think it was recess time. Yes, it was recess time. And I see a notification on our team page for, the football, and they're like, check your emails. So I'm like, oh gosh. So I check my email, and there's an email in there saying that we don't have our booths covered, so our games are close to being canceled unless we get the booths covered. So we still needed an announcer, we still needed somebody to run the time clock, we still needed somebody to do the scoreboard, and we still needed, I think one other person down in the snack bar. So at this point, I start to really freak out, because this is supposed to be our first home game. How are they going to cancel on us again? Okay, I was more emotional about it than I should have been. So I go over to one of my friends, and I was telling her about it, and she's like, are you serious? And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, well, so-and-so's kid plays there too. Let me see, what she's saying. So I had walked away from her, and I'm like, I'm going to go, see if I can find somebody who I can maybe beg to volunteer for us. So I'm walking across the playground, and I see our PE teacher. So I was like, hey, do you want to announce our game this weekend? And he was like, well, not really. So I'm telling him what's going on, and I'm visibly upset. I'm like, I feel so stupid. I'm getting upset over this. I'm crying, and it's so stupid that I'm crying. I'm like, I shouldn't be this upset, but I really am, because we haven't had a home game yet, and this is freaking stupid. That they would even think to do this to us again. So I'm just a hot mess. I'm not bawling my eyes out, but I'm very emotional about it, to where, there are tears welling up in my eyes, and, some have fallen. I'm not bawling my eyes out hysterical, okay? I'm just visibly upset about this, because I'm so freaking mad that it was coming to that, right? So he's like, don't worry, we'll figure something out. He's like, I will go make some phone calls right now. He's like, I'm good friends with the coach. He's like, I'll figure this out. And I'm like, okay. So, fast forward to our lunch, And I'm on the phone with my husband. I'm like crying to my husband. I'm so mad over it. And he's like, just put me down then. He's like, I just won't work on Saturday. Just put me down. He's like, I'm not going to let them miss their home game. Just put me down. So I did. I ended up just putting my husband down as the announcer, but we still needed other people. So my neighbor had texted me and was telling me that she had this good news. She was getting a promotion, and I'm like, oh, cool. And I'm, asking her, like, hey, would hubby want to work the booth with, my husband? And she was like, well, he won't be here. She's like, but I'll do it. And I was like, are you for real? She's like, yeah, I'll do it, It'll be fun, then our daughter can go and watch the game too. And I'm like, okay, cool. So they both worked the booth. And by end of the day, I had gotten a notification that all the booths were filled and that we were on. So I was like really excited, right? Like, yay. Okay. So, so right here, I'm showing you that I'm just kind of like filing this part off, and I actually cut and finish filing it down even further, just to be able to get a even coat of polish on it, because it hadn't quite dried all the way. So here we are, fast forward, and we are ready to do our art. Okay. Anyways, fast forward back to story time. So, fast forward to now Monday, okay? We had the game on Saturday. We got our asses handed to us. It was horrible. It was 50-0. This is now our third loss. We have 2 wins, 3 losses. So it was kind of a hard pill to swallow, especially as our first home game. But my son, like, literally has been saying all week long that they were going to lose. He's like, we're going to lose. This team's really good. Like, they're really, really good players, Mom. And I'm like, well, you never know. We're going to be at home. And he's like, Mom, they're better than us. So that sucks. And I guess varsity lost as well. Varsity's, God, what did my son say the score was? It was 40-something-0. So literally we all lost. Even freshmen lost. So it just was not a good day for us. Anyways, so fast forward to Monday, and first things first, we get to school, and holy shit, if you've been following, the playgrounds are finally fucking open. It's about time. School's just only been in for what? 6 weeks? 5 weeks? 6 weeks? Something like that. 5 or 6 weeks. So the kids went all that time without freaking playground equipment, and finally the playgrounds are open. It was so crazy how many children were on the structures. There were no kids like on the blacktop playing with anything. Everybody was so excited that the playgrounds were open that they all had to be on the playground equipment. So it was fun to see all the kids excited. But anyways, so yay for that though, because if you've been listening to any of my story times recently, you know that I've been bitching about our playgrounds not being ready yet. So that was super exciting. So as I'm walking, I see the PE teacher, and he's like, hey, I never got a chance to talk to you on Friday before school got out. He's like, but it was all handled. I was like, yeah, it finally was. We got an email that's, was sent out. And he was like, so I ended up calling, so-and-so, and it's actually one of the students, a first grader's mom. She was the athletic coordinator last year. I don't know if that's still her title this year, but she does work in the athletics department. So he called her and was asking her questions, but then he called the coach, and from what he said, he had a pretty lengthy conversation with the coach. And I mean, I don't know what all he told him as far as having a parent that was really upset, what is going on? Why would this be on the parent's shoulders in the first place? I don't know exactly what was said, but what he did say was that apparently they will not cancel games for not having somebody to announce, but they will cancel if they don't have enough refs. And he said if they don't have anybody set to announce as a volunteer, then it becomes the principal and vice principal's job to do at that point to make sure that the game goes on. So that was nice to know, because I'm like, I feel like they have just been like threatening and, you know, using that like over our heads, and in part making people feel guilty like they have to, even if maybe they're not comfortable with doing it, you know? So that's nice to know. And maybe now that that's been brought to the attention of the coaches, maybe now that won't be worded like that to us parents in the future. I don't know. But anyways, I'm so glad that we had our first home game. Even though it was a loss, it was still nice to be at home. So yeah, that is about it for my story time. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you guys like the way these nails turned out. The school colors are brown and gold and white. It's always just been brown and gold. The cheer is brown and gold, brown and gold. Oh my gosh. Anyways. That is about it, guys. So if you made it this far, thank you so much for being here and watching my video. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for being a part of my channel. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be here doing this. So thank you guys so much for listening to my story times, my rants, and all of the randomness that comes out of my mouth. And yeah, guys, I guess that's about it. So thank you so much, and I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Make sure you're following me over on Instagram at AMBERDIPSALOT, and if you have not already, go ahead and hit that like button and make sure you are subscribed. Next big giveaway will be when we get to 500 subscribers, so we're still trying to climb and get there. So help a girl out. And that is it for now, guys. So thank you once again, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye. All right, so let me know what you guys think. I am loving these. We finally have our home game, so I had to represent. So thank you guys so much for being here. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be here with the channel. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And until next time, guys. Bye.